So next Wednesday, we will be doing our cake. Hopefully. Okay. If you cannot, if she says no, will you please let me know?
Yes.
I'm at dlarkin@parisjc.edu. Send me an email.
If not, I'm sure my sister can. She has her own little cake business.
Okay.
We'll back up on it.
Okay. But we do need it because we're committed to doing this. So, what do you think? Classes go 9:45 to, or 9:30 to 10:45, and then 11 to 12:15. So if we set up at noon, would that would hit most of the students? Yes, ma'am.
What is the cake for?
I'm glad you asked. What is the cake for, Madam Vice President?
It is Founders Day.
Okay, and what is Founders Day?
It's whenever PTK was officially founded up north, way up north.
Up in the north of the country.
So we're going to be celebrating pretty much PTK's birthday, and so we're going to have a birthday cake, and everyone's going to get a slice of that pie, and hopefully sure that.
So November 19th, it was either 1917 or 1918, was the official founding of Phi Theta Kappa. And so every year we kind of do a happy birthday to Phi Theta Kappa. So we're going to do a cake. And if you can ask her, I guess we need to say like Happy Founders Day or something like that. Or Happy PTK, I guess Happy Founders Day. And then so if she can do something in icing that says something like that, that would be awesome. If not, we'll get M&Ms or something and spell it out on the cake. We'll come up with something. So we'll do that noon in the lobby, and then we'll come in here and have our meeting at 12:30. Does that sound all right?
They need the rest of the cake.
Yes. You're still going to get with us on the Toys for Tots?
Yeah, he needs help, not actually at the event, because all it is like handing out toys. That's pretty easy, but he needs help sorting the toys that they receive from the big companies. So he said this could be the third week in December.
Okay. Get us some specific times and dates.
Okay.
We need them next week, please.
Okay.
Because next week will be really our last official meeting of Phi Theta Kappa this semester. I'm thinking, and you actually, this should be a vice president's thought, but if I may submit.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
That, whatever the first Wednesday in December is.
Is it it should be the third, I think.
It's somewhere in there.
Yes.
The third.
Is it the 3rd? Okay, that December 3rd, let's have a PTK Christmas party.
Wait, which day? Third?
The 3rd. So the first Wednesday in December, we're going to just have an end of the semester party.
That'd be fun.
So whatever you want to bring. If you dress in costume, make sure your costume is appropriate.
Gosh dang it. No naughty elves.
Yeah, exactly.
Naughty elves.
We will be sure to make it on that naughty list this
Yeah,
year.
exactly. Now I'm afraid to ask.
Yeah.
Mm.
That'd be fun.
So we'll do that on the 3rd. So let's just have some kind of party type thing.
I want to do a white elephant.
We can. We'll say no more, maximum $5. Maximum.
Yeah.
So yes. Cause,
Maximum. I've only heard of a minimum for white elephant.
yeah. Well, no,
A
maximum.
bunch of crap.
Exactly. So that way nobody feels obligated to have to buy something. And then if it's white elephant, somebody buys something really, really good.
We've got like 10
And somebody else
things
buys
on that.
something really, really crappy, and then feelings get hurt. This way, everything's crappy. Everybody's okay with it.
Have some toilet
paper.
Yeah, exactly. One ply. One square.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
So here's your square toilet paper. Use it wisely.
Are we cool with doing like activities like not during the school year? Like, is that gonna be too late? The Toys for Tots?
To do in December?
Yeah, it's like the Thursday before Christmas.
What is it?
The sorting.
Oh, the sorting?
We actually
Yeah.
did. Is
I
that
mean,
okay?
that's what we need to know now so that we can kind of make sure, and then I can post something on Remind and all that sort of stuff.
Okay.
But if it's a Thursday before Christmas, again, no one is obligated, but
Right, yeah.
if people can show, that would be awesome. Yes, ma'am.
Me? Okay.
Jasmine didn't have her hand up going.
It's because I have back. Okay, whatever. What were there is a spirit of giving in
Hunt
Greenville.
County
Mm-hmm.
at the fairgrounds this year instead of farmers market. So
Okay.
that's something we could do. We were talking about like what we want to do as far as fish and stuff, and like everybody kind of does like a combined effort for the Hunt County spirit of giving. So if that's something we wanted to do,
Okay.
do a booth or something.
What day
Okay.
is that?
That's going to be a lot of work. And when would it be?
I'm not sure. My church is, they're still trying to, like, they're gonna do it. They haven't like announced it
Okay.
officially.
We partner with your church.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
just kind of.
yeah. The way it works, like you probably know, each organization or something gets a like a booth, and you specialize in like blankets or something or different stuff, and then you give it out, and they have it's all organized and stuff. So,
Okay.
but you could just help out our church, I'm sure. But I can figure that out.
Okay.
It's definitely if you want to do it.
But that would be totally voluntary, so that,
Yeah.
I mean, to be politically correct, just in case somebody does not belong to a church and does not feel the need to
Yeah.
belong to a church, they would not have to support a church in efforts that they don't believe in. For the record, I do, but just to make sure that I don't want somebody to say, wait a minute, PTK is forcing me to go join a church and
Yeah.
do this. I'm done with PTK.
Right.
What about separation of church and state?
Right.
So just for the record,
Yeah.
get us
Okay.
information. So for next week, that's a lot for you to do.
That's all right.
Do you want to give it to like our vice president or someone to have them look up for something else, or are you okay doing both?
Maybe she can look up more about the spirit of giving.
Okay, so next week.
Because for Toys and Tots, like, it's not gonna be that hard to get the rest. I just need a date. Because I know, and then the place. I think we do it at like a school or something.
Okay.
But I'll make sure I get that.
If you'll I'll put something, this is to get to remind.com, so if you're going to be here in the spring, this will be where you can go and you text in that information and you'll start getting emails about Phi Theta Kappa. So it'll just remind you of what's going on. January 16th, if you'll make a note, if you're going to be here next spring semester, January 16th is the first day of the semester. So it's the Monday that we come back. We are going to do a big C4 completion project. And C4 stands for Community College Completion Core. And it's something that Phi Theta Kappa and International is way behind. And according to research that they've done, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, those who stay and get their full associate's degree are far more likely to move on to a four-year school and be more successful at a four-year school if they get their associate's degree first. So what the C4 is we're going to have a ginormous poster, banner, about the size of that whiteboard, if not larger. And we're going to hang it on the wall in the lobby. And so what students can do is they can sign the banner, and it's saying that they pledge to try to finish their associate's degree here. And so on the 16th, we will have a big whatever. We're going to set up a table with completion cards that will be in front of the banner and students that can sign the banner. And we're going to have some pictures taken and put in the paper. So if you can be here on the 16th, if you are here, even if you're done with us, come back. The more the merrier. Get your picture in the paper. I mean, you can never have your picture in the paper too many times.
Right.
Unless you are in witness protection or you are on a wanted poster somewhere and you don't want to be in the paper. Aside from that, it's not a bad thing to be in the paper. So if you'll keep January 16th in mind.
And January 16th is a Friday.
Friday.
It's a Friday?
Yeah.
What is
The
Are you
12th
talking
is
about
the
the first
12th then? It's the
Yeah,
first,
the second
it's when
one.
school starts. Okay, so January 12th, sorry, scratch the
It's
16th.
C4.
So that'll be the C4 completion. We'll do a banner and we'll have cards, and it would be great to have some of us sign the banner that says you're going to complete your associate's degree, and then we'll try to do a big thing, and we'll leave the banner up for the first 2 weeks of the spring semester.
What time is that?
Noonish.
Um,
Yes, sir.
how big of a sheet cake are you talking about?
Probably like a quarter size. Quarter, if half would, I don't know. If we had cake, people will eat it. So,
As big as you can make it.
okay. What do you think? Half, quarter?
I'm not a cake guru. I don't know what that means.
Half is about this big. Quarter would be about this big, roughly.
Ask her what she would be willing to do. Because we can, I mean, something's better than that.
Because since we have lots of young people here that may or may not have eaten breakfast, or may not have eaten lunch, they probably would eat cake. Yeah. I'm sorry?
There's cake.
There's cake next week.
Cake all.
Excuse me?
And I'll see if my sister can do something in addition to that.
So-
Just as like,
Those are the things. Did anybody do their assignment for this week?
look up the.
I looked through the honors and action.
Yeah.
It's very specific. It's like, well, it's not specific, but there's like 9 things you can pick from.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
There's
there are 9
actually-
possible themes. And also, if you go to the Honors in Action on the ptk.org, there is actually a link that says suggested films.
Uh-huh.
So if you want to go to that link that says suggested films, scroll through the films, and what we're talking about is having sometime next semester a film night here on campus. And we'll turn one of these rooms into a movie theater, and we will watch a film as a kickoff for our Honors in Action project. So, excuse me, if you have a film from that list that jumps out at you, literally or figuratively, this is your time to say, I love that film. Some of them are documentaries. Some of them are full feature motion pictures. So just be aware that if we do, I think almost all of them are going to be at worst PG rated. So I think they're all going to be appropriate, but we may or may not have young people that are under the age of 18 watching this particular film, so keep that kind of in mind. And I think we were thinking of a Friday night sometime in January as making it a movie night. So we would just, I have a key to the building. So we would just open up this building and we'll move the tables back and just set up a movie watching theater here, and we would just watch a film as our kickoff.
I have 2 questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the first one is what's all of the dates for all of our upcoming things we have going on?
Okay, for the Founders Day, it will be November the 19th, noon in the lobby. And I'll send out reminders on these too. Then November 19th at 12:30 here will be our regular PTK meeting. And then December 3rd at 12:30 will be our Christmas party. You can bring a white elephant gift if you want, maximum $5. So I don't want anyone to get broke this Christmas and say, Mom, I would have bought you a present, but I had to buy something for PTK instead. Who knows? You can say, Mom, here's your present. Re-gift what you get from PTK. See how that goes over. So that'll be on the 3rd. And then we have 2 other possibilities that we're not sure on. One of them is possibly the Thursday before Christmas.
What day is the Thursday for Christmas?
Well, I know it's the 3rd week of December, and then I think the Spirit of Giving is like maybe the week or so before then. But I'll
Okay.
double check on that.
Okay.
The Thursday before Christmas would be the 18th.
Yeah.
Okay. So possibly December 18th would be helping with organizing Toys for Tots. And then possibly around the 11th or so would be the Spirit of Giving.
When was that?
What is that?
I'll look into that.
Well,
It's where different organizations in the community
give stuff away.
give
to-
stuff to
the
people in the
needy.
community that have needs. So one group says we're going to give out blankets, another says we're going to give out gloves or mittens or
Yeah.
whatever it is. We could probably do something like a glove or mitten
Yeah.
distribution because we can go to I hate to say it this way, but we could go to Dollar Tree and buy gloves for $1 that at least will give somebody a chance to be a little warmer. Because I don't want to commit us to this where people stop coming to Phi Theta Kappa because we're saying, okay, here's $10 here, here's $15 there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is getting expensive. I mean, because we've already hit you up for candy.
Yeah.
And now we're going to hit you up for maybe gloves or something like that. And then we're going to hit you up, and then we're going to hit you up. And you're going, wait a second, you told me when I joined all I had to do was my membership fee. You lied. So we don't want to do that. So those will be that. January 12th will be the C4 kickoff campaign. And that's for college completion. So that'll be January 12th. And our first meeting here of Phi Theta Kappa in the spring will be January 14th. And I think it's pretty much the dates until we get the 2 dates for the 2 projects. Oh, and November 22nd is a district meeting up on the Paris campus. It's a Saturday.
It's gonna be fun.
It'll be from 9 to, or 8 to noon, 9 to noon, somewhere in
Hopefully
there.
not any earlier than that.
Yeah.
I think they were talking about either 9 to 2 or 10 to 2 or 10 to 3 or 9 to.
Okay.
They haven't really. I don't know if they've said it.
Okay. Early to mid-morning to early to mid-afternoon. And it'll be a chance if you want to meet Phi Theta Kappians from other chapters in this part of Texas, this is your chance to meet them. So if you want to see what the folks at Kilgore College look like, this is your chance. Texarkana College, this is your chance. So if you want to see what they're up to, this will be, and just get a chance to see what more Phi Theta Kappa is about. So that'll be the 22nd. And then December 5th, which is the first Friday in December, will be the next chapter meeting on the Sulphur Springs campus. And that'll be a chance just to see what our chapter is up to. So other than that, we're not doing a thing. Which is awesome. And so be thinking about spring, what you'd like to do, type things. So when we meet on the 14th, it'll be a chance for you to start throwing out ideas that we get together for the spring. If they're big ideas, we need plenty of time to get them together. If they're little ideas, we can pop them in whenever we have time to do a little idea. Yes, ma'am.
Do we need to bring all that stuff that they've been giving us at the meetings, like the C4 stuff and just all that?
We've got the banner. I've got a stack of cards that's about yay thick. I think
She has these things that have for the college fish just to advertise our meetings. I'll give it to you if you want.
Okay, yeah, sure. Sure, I'll take a look at them.
If
We
not,
can
just
come up with that. And if anyone is artistically inclined, be thinking about if you wouldn't mind or if you would be willing to volunteer. You kind of got volunteer, but if you would really be willing to volunteer, we would love to have somebody who's artistically inclined, who's starting in January, could make some posters for us that we have the remind that you all can subscribe to, but just to put up some posters around campus just to say when our meetings are. So if somebody would like to volunteer to do that, that would be awesome, and we can start that in January. And it'll give you a title and something that you can say for scholarships, etc., that you were the publicity chair for Phi Theta Kappa in Greenville. And that looks cool on resumes and scholarship applications. So if you're interested in that, think about it and let us know next week. Is there anything else? Excuse me, sorry. Okay, I guess it's not. Madam Chair, is it all right if we adjourn?
it is all right.